What's going on, everybody? Guava, Lev Farmer 73 here, and I wanted to bring some information to you guys that really got me going. Yep. I want to say welcome everybody into the Greenhouse Lounge. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you get something from anything that I have to tell you. How you doing, my Renaissance grandma? It's always good to see you. I haven't been really uploading. Hey, my own beautiful. How you doing? Hey, look, it's best I do this, huh? Let me greet everybody in here the proper way. Do this right. What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Here we go. Let's greet some folks. My own beautiful Homestead Rachel. How you doing? Lux Throws and more. How you doing? Uh, Talia Acre. I always mess that up. AJ's Blessed Gardner, how you doing? Q Dub in the house. Kev, C Francis, Spence 62, Sandra 83, Rooted in Love. How y'all doing? Let's see. Retreater, how you doing? Adina Collins, how you doing, my sister? Happy Friday to you too. Sandra Saunders says, good to see you. Well, I wish I could say good to see you, but you have no thumbnail. So it's thanks for being here, I guess, okay? Let's see. Miss Kimberly Butler. Miss Rolanda, how you doing today? She Natural Homestead. City Man, how y'all doing? Priscilla Willis. Laura, I'm going to say Laura, okay? Because I don't want to tear that name up. Red Carpet, how you doing? City Man, Second Floor Gardens. Okay, I think we got everybody in here. TJ, my Renaissance grandma. All right. Grow for him. How you doing? 20 toes 7. Okay. All right, look. Let me get into this because I'm gonna try to keep this with me just in case I don't see something I need to be seeing. All right, you guys. I didn't know how to do this yesterday. I think it was yesterday I uploaded a short. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday or the day before, one or the other. Uploaded a short, and it was about how I wash my clothes on when I'm out here on the land. Okay, my ears is cold. Right after I did that short video, uploaded that short video rather, my wife called me in an emergency, and my house is in Columbia, South Carolina. I am not in South Carolina, okay? I am not there. So she calls me from South Carolina. Anybody in here before I get going? Anybody else from South Carolina? Or you live in South Carolina? Anybody else live in South Carolina? Well, my wife calls me in an emergency, and I was busy uploading this video, so she calls me on the Link radio. For my wife to call me on, okay, you live in Aiken? Okay. Who says that? Treasure says I do. All right. Rains, okay. All right. She hits me on the Link radio. You live in Greenwood, Treasures? Okay. So yesterday I found out we had a major earthquake yesterday. That's right, Inspired Smith. We had a 3.4 on the Richter scale, earthquake in Columbia, South Carolina, Lexington, South Carolina, and I forget the other place that she said had been reported with a 2.5 on the Richter scale earthquake. Okay, let me see who that says. Ron Doug says, yep, was at work when it happened. All right. So we all know what's going on here, right? Okay. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today. So buckle up. Elgin, that's what it was in Elgin. I think the 2.4 was in Elgin, or 2.5 was in Elgin. And the 3.4 was in Lexington and Columbia. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm not there. I'm on Freedom Acres. So before I could rush home, it's going to take me some hours to get home. So right off the bat, I'm telling my wife, do you know where everything is? Do you know if you need to get out of there? Where's your bug out bag is in the office. My bug out bag, if you need to take all the bug out bags, take them with you. Because all of our bug out bags have food, water, and everything you would need to be gone and never come back. I'm starting this video out talking about this because I feel it's very important right now. And you don't think it's going to happen to you. Is this my first earthquake? No. Believe it or not, we have earthquakes in South Carolina more frequently than I would like to mention. Okay. So it's not my first, and I'm not there. So I didn't feel anything. She asking me, did you feel it? I'm no. So until she figured out where all the places that the earthquake affected, So this isn't going to be my normal kind of video. I mean, I got a lot of stuff written down here, and my emotions is running high, so I'm trying to stick to it, but I just can't really. I want to talk about how serious all of this is. I mean, everything. I mean, cut the YouTube crap, cut the content creator crap, cut all of the bullshit. And I don't think people really truly understand what we're going through. When I talk to people casually, I have a sense that people do not care. When I talk to somebody face to face, I see them in the store, I see them on the street, and we chop it up for a second, I could see, yo, I'm not going to say people don't care, because that's reckless of me. But I will say, people do not have a clue how serious of a situation that we are in as a nation, as a people, and if you want to go to the other side of that, as a race. I don't think nobody really feels the full magnitude of what we're going through. And that's why I started this video out talking about that major earthquake that hit Columbia, South Carolina. Because when I say earthquake, everybody just said, wow, what? Wow, 3.5, what? Earthquake. Everybody knows what an earthquake is, whether you've lived through one or you've seen it on television. You've seen the destruction that an earthquake can do. If you've lived through an earthquake, you've witnessed what an earthquake can do. You witnessed the devastation. You know somebody that's been through an earthquake. You know somebody that have witnessed it. So to you, there is no doubt in your mind when I say the word earthquake, hurricane, tornado, flood. There is no doubt in your mind, even though you may have not experienced it yourself, you know somebody that life have been impacted by one of those things. Why ain't nobody else taking this mess seriously? I'm not talking about the earthquake. I'm talking about this government. Why does everybody think that the sun is going to come out shining again, just like a storm? Do you understand? Do you understand what we're in the middle of? We listen, we are in the eye of a storm. As a nation. And anybody that's been through a hurricane or a storm know it calms down for a quick minute. And the tail end of that storm is the strongest and it does the most damage. And you better hope it don't back up and kick in reverse. Okay? I'm watching on social media, I'm watching in real life, and I it's hard for me to come on and do videos sometimes because I be thinking maybe I don't like coming on doing a video and you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking about something like really serious that's affecting all of us, I don't like coming on here and talking about it and you don't get it. Because it's like I'm wasting your time and wasting my time. I've seen a pattern. The pattern that I've noticed is if you come on and do a video and you cutting up, everybody got something to say about it. Have you noticed throughout all of social media, all platforms, anywhere you go, trust me, because I've been paying attention and I know you have too. Maybe you just ain't thought about this, but listen, out of all of social media, with podcasts popping up everywhere, everything, have you noticed how nobody takes anything seriously? Come on, listen. nobody on no podcast, no broadcast takes anything seriously. I watched this video of this guy. These guys get in a fight. The fight was bad, and the other guy ended up losing his life. I'm not saying it was his fault or wasn't his fault. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I witnessed was not worth that man losing his life, whether he was right or he was wrong. It wasn't worth him losing his life. But the video of the two men fighting, and the other man getting knocked out to the point he never recovers, that's not what got me. That's not what jarred me. What jarred me was the comments. I was trying to find out the backstory of this fight, or what happened, what made this happen, how did it get here. I'm looking in the comments trying to find out what happened. And I swear to you, I had to thumb through about 50 jokes before anybody even was humane enough to say, damn, that was uncalled for. Everybody had the newest, latest, funniest little dumbass joke about the situation before you could even get to figure out what happened. So before I could get to the first person that was humane enough to say that was uncalled for, because it was, I'm sure the fight was necessary, but that man didn't have to lose his life, okay? Right or wrong, I don't care. He didn't. He should still be walking this earth because he had an opinion. Okay. After I saw that one comment, there was hundreds more after that one. Just jokes, man. A man just lost his life, and there were only jokes. Jokes about how he got erased, how he fell, just constant memes and jokes. And I thought to myself, man, this is what we've become, where everything is a freaking joke. You know, I joke and I have a good time myself. And that also helped me see a pattern. When I'm joking around and kidding around and playing around, man, you can get 4 million views. But when you're trying to tell people some serious stuff about anything that's going on, nobody wants to hear that, man. They'll listen to me for 5 hours talk about some bullshit, but they won't listen to you for 5 minutes on something that could help us as a people. That's I didn't want I that part just kind of got to me. I had to get that out. All right? It's just sad what we've become. It's sad how we've sold out all of the things that we held dear just to pretend to be something that we're not. There's no need for me to go there. Let me go on to this. Let me go on to this. Let me go back to this because I don't want to go too far off into that because I will truly get way emotional about the future of this nation. And I don't want to do that. Let's go back to the reason why we're here. So I had an earthquake. We had an earthquake in Columbia, South Carolina. And I had to make sure that my wife was prepared for anything because I'm not there. I'm the leader. I'm the father. I'm the husband. I'm the one that puts all this stuff together. I'm the one that knows all of this stuff about survival skills and prepping and yada, yada, yada. We truly need to all get on one accord with our loved ones, our family members, our spouses. If you don't, we lose. I'm going to ask everybody to do one thing right now. Ask your loved one, or ask your spouse, or ask your children, or ask your partner, whether you like it or not. Can you just hear me out for one day? Shut up and just listen to me. That's it. Because the reason I say that is because your spouse, your loved one, your kids do not want to hear about you prepping. They don't want to hear about survival. They're sick and tired of hearing it. They're sick and tired of feeling it. But they will die. I'm going to tell you how a weak link can kick back and destroy the whole family. If you are not on one accord with the rest of your family, your wife, your children, your loved ones, your mama, your daddy, whoever's in that household, you may know everything. You may have the survival skills. You may have the supplies and the equipment. But if the rest of your family don't, they're dead weight. I'm going to tell you why. And nobody's going to, let me bring this down. Nobody's going to want to hear this, but I can't help but tell the truth. The truth is, in an emergency, nobody has time to be teaching you how to tie a knot in an emergency. If I'm falling off of a house or falling off of a cliff, I need you to tie this knot so I don't fall and perish. If I need you to tie this knot so our car doesn't slide into a river, I need you to know that so we all do not perish. This isn't cute anymore. If your family member is not on one accord with survival, y'all need to start rethinking some things. Because I don't want to, let me bring this back down. I got to remind myself to keep bringing this back down. I don't want to hear about nobody's Bible if you're not talking about survival. They even rhyme. I don't want to hear about no scriptures or your Bible or nothing you go to church to talk about if you're not talking about survival. Because I don't want to hear about, please erase scriptures off my screen. Please erase them. If you've written some, please erase them. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm tired of hearing people talk about what they've read. I'm tired of hearing about what people go to church and listen to. I'm tired of that. Because somebody can sit here and preach me a whole sermon and won't even plant a garden. Okay. In a nutshell, I'm going to tell you what the Bible is. It's a survival book. Period. Think about it. It's giving you everything that you need, no matter what you believe in, the words in it make sense. That Bible is a survival guide for you here on this earth and for your soul. Period. I don't care about nothing else. I don't want to hear all the bullshit, man. Because the same people that could just regurgitate that don't do it or don't know how. And I don't want to hear that. All the characters in that book were giving you game to survive. Think about it. If you don't understand that, if that ain't what you got, if you've read any passages of the Bible or you read it from front cover to back, if you didn't end that with thinking, this is a map. These are instructions. This is a survival guide. If you didn't get that by the time you read that Bible, and that's not what you think it is, put it down. Just put it down. Because if that's not what you got from that Bible, you on some sort of power trip. You're using it for some sort of power trip like most people do. That's why I'll be like, man, miss me with that. And people say, I'll let God provide. God, you say you're not going to do anything because God will provide. What makes you think that God did not provide you with the book of what you're supposed to be doing? What makes you think that God did not provide you with the people that's entering into your life for a time and a season? It's not bad. This person came into your life, or you found this person, or that person found you. I don't care if it was for a day or it was for a lifetime friendship, to give you something. Every learning lesson is a survival tip. So for you to say, I'll let God provide, if you believe in the Almighty Father, if you believe, that's a slap in his face. Now keep it real. Because what you're saying is what he has already provided for you is not enough, number one. What he has already provided for you, that's beneath you. You're waiting on some kind of higher gift. That means you're saying you're better than everybody else. So you're waiting to sit across the table and have a conversation with God himself because you're not with everybody else. So you're just going to wait until he sits across the table with you after all you've done, because you're better than everybody else. You don't have to work. You don't have to prepare. You don't have to survive because you're on a whole nother level than everybody else after all you've done. Because only you know what you've done in your life. And there's some things unsavory, you know good and well he ain't going for that. So you think you better than the rest of us. Garbage. Man, we in so much trouble. And we ain't coming out of it. I'm gonna tell you why. And this ain't a doom and gloom video. It's a reality video. We're in so much trouble, and I'm gonna tell you how. because we still have people rooting for the devil. After the devil has taken people, devoured people, tortured people, disappeared people, you still rooting for the devil. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So everybody say, oh, we're going to turn around. We're going to be all right as a country, as a nation. No, we are not. You're never going to escape to freedom while there's so many people on the porch pouring lemonade, if you understand my drift. You will never be able to escape to freedom if you always got a handful of them on the porch pouring lemonade and clipping toenails, because they're going to always be the one to turn on you. They're going to always be the one to tell on you. If they hear the inside track of what you're going to do to make things better, they're going to tell the boss. And what I see, I can't believe how many people in this nation that looks like me is on that porch voluntarily pouring lemonade and clipping the boss's toenails. I can't fathom it. I can't even understand it. That's why this country will never be okay. Because there was a movie called They Live. They are amongst us. There was a TV show back in the early 80s, late 70s called Visitor, V for Visitor. There was a movie called Blade. And in that movie, they were called familiars. They were people that you thought was okay, but they want to be with them so bad that they'll do anything to become their little pets. Sad but true, we have a lot of familiars. We have a lot of people on the porch pouring lemonade, clipping toenails, shaving beards. That's what tells me this country will never be healed. This country will never be okay. It ain't because of the powers that be and what they're doing to the country. That part is easily solved, believe it or not. That part is easily solved. The only thing that's keeping us from solving the problem is the boys on the porch pouring lemonade, clipping toenails, and shaving beards. They keep getting in the way of the people that can make all of this go away. While we still are trying to fight, they're throwing their bodies in the way so you can't get to the man. Okay. This earthquake woke me up. I didn't go back to get my wife because I said, if you feel anything else, get out of there. What sense do it make for me to run into a fire when we all trying to get out? If anything, me running back through bad traffic and everything else, if you can even pass anything, me trying to go save my wife and my children back there, hell, I might even get smoked trying to get back to them. We need a plan. We need a plan on top of a plan because we getting hit by all sides. Politically, financially, emotionally, and now the weather is here. This is hurricane season. And it's coming in with a bang. So on top of all the nonsense that we already dealing with financially, politically, now Mother Nature about to get in the ring and it's about to be a cage match. And ain't nobody ready. And I got so many people walking around like ain't nothing happening, yo. I don't understand it. I think I spend a lot of my time. I think I spend more of my time trying to figure out the human psyche than I do anything else. Because I'm trying to figure out, why can't you feel this pain? I can feel it. This pain is happening to all of us, but for some reason, your pain receptors don't work. Those are the people with no sympathy nor empathy for anything other than themselves. I don't have to get hit directly to feel your pain. I don't have to get punched in the mouth to do this. Ooh. But every time I see somebody else get hurt, I can feel it. I can feel it so much that it makes me change my life. Hey, I wasn't in Hurricane Katrina, but I started preparing for it like I was, like it had touched me, like I swam and waded through them waters of death. I started preparing for it, even though I don't have a Katrina story. For you not to feel the pain of those people. You got something broken inside you. And I'm saying it. Yes, I said it. If you can't feel what others are go through on a daily basis and try your best to understand them, or try your best to put yourself in their place or in their shoes and try to figure it out, even if you just take a few minutes and ponder on it and be like, man, wouldn't be me. You are. If you can't do that, something inside you is broken. There's been a lot of disasters, natural disasters and everything else across the country since then. Now it's been what? Over about 20 years? Imagine that. 20 years worth of devastation of all sorts on all coasts, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, floods. We felt it all in only 20 years, man. In only 20 years. And there's people walking around to this very day that act like none of that happened. Can we survive this? You know what? No. You know what? Everybody about to start calling themselves empaths. People use that. No knock on you, but I don't even want to say, please don't even say that word. Just don't even say that word. Because it's overused and it become corny. You don't have to have some magical freaking powers to feel another man's pain. It's not being an empath. It's being humane. I'm so sick of saying I'm an empath. I'm an empath. I can feel it. That's so corny. Every time I hear somebody say that now, I'll be like, corny. Corny. You don't have to have some kind of magical powers or some kind of higher enlightenment of between you. You don't. It's not that you're an empath. You're a human being. You were born with that sense. That's a sense that you're supposed to have. It doesn't make you special. And everybody now on social media is, I'm an empath, so I can feel when people got to take a dump. They overuse it so much they've turned it into a joke. Soon as somebody tell me they're an empath, I get away from them. I click off the video. That's some bullshit. You want to be something that you're not. You want somebody to pat you on the back because they think you got magical powers. No, that's your damn humanity. I can look at a man on a damn corner holding a cardboard sign, "We'll work for food," and feel empathy. I don't got no magical powers, but I do know what it's like to be hungry. I do know what it's like not to have a roof over my head. I do know what it's like to be cold. I do know what it's like to be hot. That's called humanity. It's not being an empath, like you got a cape waving off your backbone. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We have become a people that you don't think your natural abilities and qualities count for anything, so you gotta dress it up and make it something special and supernatural. It's not. It's who we are. It's who you're supposed to be. It's not magic. I'm trying to be as real as I possibly can, and people want to take it to social media meme bullshit. Everybody is gonna catch one with this mess coming up. Everybody gonna catch some because we think it's not gonna happen to us. Everybody walking around like, oh, that's them though. Everybody walking around saying, oh, what happened over there? Oh, phew, glad it wasn't here. That's them though. Do you want to donate? Do you want to? Nah, that's them. That's their city. That's their country over there. We ain't worried about them over there. Let me cut this heat off. I'm just trying to burn off some of this moisture in the air. All of this has gotten me to a place of appreciation. I'm at a state of appreciation because I know, I'm going to be honest with you. If we make it through this, if we make it through this next 4 years unscathed, in the next 3 years, we are going to experience, and we already have experienced, in the next 3 years, we are going to experience, oh, hell, in the next 3 years, probably longer than that, but definitely the next 3 years, we are going to experience hell on earth. Everything that you can think bad about humanity is going to knock on your door. Listen, I'm going to repeat it. Everything bad about humanity and how we treat each other and how we do each other is going to knock on your door. I didn't say maybe. I didn't say it's going to skip a house. It's going to come knocking on everybody's door. I'm going to tell you why. Everything that I've been saying all these years is not because I know something from the future. All you got to do is literally be humane and look at how people act. No, you don't got no magic powers. Just pay attention to people. I keep saying, I've been saying this for years. Trying times like this will turn your best friend into your worst enemy. We've all lost a lot of family members and friends since 2020. And I'm not saying that they're dead. We lost a lot of friends and family members since the year 2020, and they're well and alive walking around. We lost them because we figured out they really truly don't care about nobody else but themselves. Since 2020, a lot of us have found out that the person that you either been in love with, they're born, birthed and raised you, the person you married, your best friend since second grade, you found out since 2020 till today that they really truly don't care about nobody but themselves. We all ran into somebody like that they applaud this chaos. And you can't help but reel back and look like, how can you feel this way? How can you look at all these people in the streets being illegally removed, disrespected? How can you look at another human being being treated like this and be in the bleachers and cheering it on? Listen to me. If you're a criminal, our job as Americans, as humanitarians, as humans, is to prove it. That's our major job. You just can't, listen to me now. We can't go just saying you're a criminal and snatch you off the planet and you don't belong nowhere no more. You want to know why? And I don't understand again. Let me bring this down. I don't understand how we can watch history repeat itself all over again. Do you know what we're watching right now? We are watching the Dark Ages witch trials, man. She's a witch. That's all you had to say. He's a witch. That's all you had to say to get somebody erased. Just because somebody came up with an idea that your little brain couldn't think of. How did you think of that? Not you're a genius. You must be a witch. And next thing you know, you getting tortured and dunked in a pond somewhere because you smarter than the rest of your people in your village. For them to be running up on folks and automatically you're a criminal and whisk you away to Neverland where nobody ever see you again. It's people dying in them camps. If they're so proud of what they're doing, show inside them camps. If you're so proud of it, show the world what's inside of them. I hear a lot of rich people bragging about the accomplishments they think they're doing. But if I'm not mistaken, most people like to brag on their accomplishments. I would love to see them brag and boast and show the people inside them concentration camps. That's your prize. You did what you said you was going to do. Let's see it. You hold up a trophy and take pictures with it, and people spray champagne over your head. This is your trophy. Torturing people, human beings. So show the world what you've done if you're so proud of it. If you're so proud of these accomplishments, show the rest of the world. Stop letting them take your word for it. Show them what you've done. Between the earthquake and every day that I wake up, and this world gets a little bit darker, people's heart get a little bit blacker, people's emotion get a little bit colder. Every day I wake up and see the reversal of humanity. It makes me appreciative for the things that I've accomplished, the things that I have, the people I have around me. It makes me appreciate my life. And I'm not going to let go of it for nobody. We are in a dark place. And there is no turning back. Now, I know that sounds dark. It sounds grim. There is no turning back from here. We have destroyed let me stop saying we, because I didn't do this shit. They have destroyed things that's irreversible in this nation. They have destroyed trusts and relationships that can never be rebuilt. That was the only thing holding this nation together, and people don't even realize it. We owe the same people money that we're putting tariffs on. Do you understand? Do you understand how dumb that is? Say I owe you $20. Say I owe you $20. And then you come over my house for a card game and you park in my driveway, but I charge you $50 to park in my driveway. Now remember what I said now. Say I owe you $20. You come over my house for a card game that I invited you to. You pull in my driveway with everybody else, and I charge you $50 to park in my driveway, even though I owe you $20. Do that make any MF sense? And mind you, I'm not letting you park in my driveway without my $50, but I owe you $20. I want y'all to go rewind this video when you can and repeat what I just said to you. That's how dumb putting tariffs on people that we owe money to. That's how dumb that is. That's how reckless that is. And we better be glad that those people are still putting up with our bullshit. Because if they turn around and say, give me my money, man, I'll go play cards somewhere else. Give me all my money. I won't park in your driveway. Give me all my money back that you borrowed. We can't afford that. Because if we pay that $20 back to you, we can't even afford to have a card game tonight. I want y'all to rewind this part of that video, and I want you to listen to exactly what I said. That's how dumb and irresponsible what we did is. With everything going on, I need everybody to step out of their comfort zones and prepare yourself for the worst. I've been saying this for years, and I'm not going to stop saying it until this go away. I need you to stock up as much food as you possibly can. Summer will be here soon. There's nothing being imported into this country. We see shortages, but we don't see stoppages yet. That's the part. That's when it's going to turn into the purge. They're already purging, really. People are going to get hungry. People are already hungry. People are going to get desperate. People are already desperate. I just heard that they cut off Medicaid for one state. Do you think that's going to be the only state that they cut off Medicaid, Medicare for? I mean, completely. So they call temporarily. Do you think it's going to stop there? Remember now, remember, I want you to put it in your head, whether you with it or you ain't. They said they are temporarily halting, playing with words, the Medicaid for one state. Correct me if I screw this up. But didn't they also say that they are only going to be taking illegal aliens, illegal immigrants that have snuck into the country, illegal criminals now? Don't say immigrants. Don't say migrants. That's not. They said they were taking criminals. As of 3 days ago, 4 days ago, the total people that have been arrested was 170,000 human beings. Did you hear what I said? I didn't say criminals. 170,000 human beings have been detained inside of those camps. Have you ever been to a rock concert? Have you ever been to the Super Bowl? If you haven't, you've seen it on TV. They cannot fit 170,000 people in a stadium. I want you to think about that. Somebody stop and Google how many seats can they fit into an arena or a stadium. And I want you to think, I want somebody to Google it. How many seats can a football stadium, a professional football stadium hold? How many seats can that hold? Anybody know? Google that and then come back and tell me. Newer ones, 60 to 70,000 human beings can sit in the stadium, in an arena. Anybody else? How many people can sit in a full stadium, professional football stadium? Say 100,000 in Pasadena. Okay, over 100,000, 70,000, 20,000 people in a small stadium, 100,000 in a larger. Okay. They have arrested 2 professional football stadiums full of human beings from reports being shoved together as close as in that professional football stadium. People are defecating where they stand, peeing where they stand, sleeping in that filth. Thank you, everybody, for those confirmations. Thank you. So now now that we got numbers of how many human beings can fit into a football stadium, we know how many people that is in one big giant circle. How on God's green earth do we have over 170,000 human beings packed into camps, laying in their own excrement? That's disease. That's sickness. That's torture to our fellow human beings. I didn't say criminals. I didn't say thieves. I didn't say rapists. I didn't say any of those. You want to know why I'm not counting any of those people that they capture as thieves and criminals and abusers? Because they've had no trial. How the hell do you know? They can't say they got over 170,000 criminals in these stadiums. They can't say, in these camps. You can't say it. 170,000 people have not had one day in court to prove that they belong where they are. And even if they did, they still don't belong in that. And what do? Make a joke out of it. You see that? What did I tell you in the first part of this video? Everything is a joke. Alligator Alcatraz, you did that to try to make it funny, to try to make it lighthearted, so people can make memes on TikTok and joke about it. While we're living through stuff like this every day, man, really nothing is funny. All we keep saying is, at least it's not me, until it is. See, that's the thing that's happening, and we're getting to see it. Everybody that you keep seeing on television keep saying, well, it's not me. They shouldn't have did what they did, without a trial. I just saw the woman that was singing that dumbass song, I will vote for, I ain't gonna say his name. The one that was chanting his name in that song, I think she was from Cuba or something. There was some Cubans singing that song about who they gonna vote for. They took your husband, and your ass is going too. See, it's always you ain't worried about that because that's them. Until it's you. What look, suck that snot up from around your damn lip with that wide earth snot mustache. Stop crying. Stop crying. Suck that shit up and go. You know your day was coming when you seen it on the news. You seen it. You know all them people won't guilty. But now they knocking on your door. And they done slurped your husband up like spaghetti. And now they taking your ass. Stop crying. Because, listen, you want to see somebody's tears make me mad? Normally, you're supposed to have empathy for tears. Now, when you asked for it, you will get none from me. Stop crying. Stop wasting your salt. Because I heard they don't got no salt in them damn camps. Stop wasting your sodium out your eyes. Like somebody going automatically, because you crying, have sympathy for you. They got 170,000 people ain't did nothing. You think they going to stop at you? Take her ass on. Take her. Take them. And make her sing the song like damn anime. I would have her in the back of the cop car sing that damn song. I will vote for do. Sing that song, anime. Sing it. Why you so high and mighty? I would make her sing that song every freaking night on stage. Stupid. I didn't want to fly off the handle with this video. But this earthquake thing really shook me up. because it just lets me see how unserious the people really are about the world literally crumbling around us, literally falling apart around us. Now, the bad part is, we knew this day was coming. The bad part is we all knew this day was coming. The crazy part is I didn't think would be so soon. I didn't think I would live to see it. We knew this day was coming where the United States of America will fall the same way it was acquired. No crime goes unpunished. No crime goes unpunished. And I don't care how we look at it and how we slice it. We are all witnesses to a crime that have not done or said anything about what we know. We are all, I hate to say it, it's the truth though. We are all accessories. We know how this country was built. I mean, all of us. We know who built it. We know who stole it. And everybody look the other way as long as they're not in the middle of the fight. So we all get a little piece of that responsibility. Because we all were like, as long as they leave me alone, I'm going to look the other way. I hate to say it, but it's true. But this country, I'm not going to say this country because this country always been here. This establishment and this system was built on blood and bone. That's the foundation of what we're living in right now. That is the whole foundation of what we're living in. This big giant castle we call United States of America is beautiful. It got 1 billion rooms, 1 billion bathrooms and skylights and shit. But one thing, that while you walking everybody through your beautiful mansion of a country, you never take them in the basement. Because there's more things in that basement than wine in the cellar. It's bones and blood. This entire empire is built on blood and bone. Bone can only take so much weight. And what do we do with America? We keep building it taller and taller and stronger and taller and heavier and taller, but we never address the foundation that it's built on, which is blood and bone. Because that's the secret. We don't want nobody to know what the foundation is built on. So we keep everybody away from that. So we keep building on to this like our stuff don't stink. We act like it's not there. We act like the people that have perished, that didn't happen. We act like the stuff that was stolen away from people, that didn't happen. We act like the people that was tortured, we act like that didn't happen. But we keep building. So what we call so-called a stronger empire. While it's sitting here on stilts of bones and blood. Somebody just asked me, so what do you think we should do? I can't answer that for you. If you have to ask that question, there is nothing I can tell you that would help you or us. There is nothing that I could tell you that would help you while you talking about some, what do you think we should do? I'm not your leader and I'm not your daddy and I'm not God. If you don't have an idea in your head how to make changes in your life to try to fix this mess or help your brother and sister, I can't help you. I can't tell you what you think, what you know good and well you should be doing. This ain't that today. Because all of us know what we should be doing. This place, man, we knew it was gonna fall. I didn't think it would be like this. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought this nation would fall because we thought we was bad shit and we stood up against a rival and they whipped our ass. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought we was gonna go to a battle, get our asses whipped, and have our country stripped away from us. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I truly did. I thought that's the way the United States of America would fall. I didn't know that it was going to happen from the rot from the inside out. I didn't know that. While other countries are standing around watching and can't wait till we fold. That's why these other countries ain't doing nothing. They just watching this bug implode on itself. Because these other countries know exactly what we've done over the last damn 500 years. They've been sitting on the sidelines watching this whole shit show. So, I was going to go somewhere else with this video. You know what? I think I will anyway. What this has shown me is to be content with what you have right now and the people around you. That's what I'm going to say. Be content with what you have and with the people around you. You can't address each and every last one of all of their flaws. Sometimes you just got to be like, you all right. You know, I want to tell you one thing. I purchased this land with the dreams of building my wife a dream house on it, clearing out some parts, and all these different things I wanted to do with my land that I've purchased. I wanted to get rid of this haunted house, this big trailer, clear out all the junk. But you know what? Maybe it's a reason why I haven't been able to get enough money to tear down that haunted house. If I go purchase a new trailer, it's gonna cost me anywhere from $9,000 and up. Why would I do that? If I have a home built, it's gonna cost me anywhere from 250,000, 400,000 and up. The reason why I'm saying I'm kind of glad all of this is happening. I'm gonna say something a little macabre, okay? Don't take it the wrong way, but I'm gonna take it to a dark place. A small part of me is kind of glad all of this is happening. Don't take that the wrong way. It's kind of like the Titanic. Everybody up in that room in the wheelhouse was telling the captain, Captain, it's some ice up there. Captain, we need to slow down. Captain, we need to chill. What did the captain say? Speed up, go forward. All of the people up in that wheelhouse on the Titanic said, well, I don't know, Captain. This ice is pretty big. Captain, I think we should just chill. I think we can wait. What did the captain say? Full speed ahead. When they hit that iceberg and tore that big old hole in that boat, I can guarantee you, besides the fear, besides the panic, besides the chaos, I guarantee you that every person in that wheelhouse that told the captain we should slow down felt a little glad the boat crashed and about to sink to death. Just for a moment, because they knew that they were about to perish as well. But just for that second, I bet you everybody in that wheelhouse said, I told your dumbass. I bet you. If they didn't say it out loud, they said it real hard up in here. They said, you ever say something real hard up in here? Because you at work, you in a professional setting or something, so you say something real hard up in here. I bet you, everybody in that wheelhouse, I told your dumbass. Knowing that they were going to perish and lose their lives too, they got a hint of gratification out of the destruction of this boat because of that one man's ego. That's kind of where I'm saying a very small piece of me is like, because we've been seeing the handwriting on the wall, man. I've been seeing the handwriting on the wall my whole entire life. 53 years, all I've been saying since I was a little kid in diapers, like, that ain't right. That's weird. That don't make no sense. And then when you turn around and ask your mama, your daddy, or your elders in your neighborhood, when they don't got an answer for you either, because this is so bizarre, unsolved mysteries. I'm not going to lie to you and say a little piece of this, a little piece of this gives me a hint of gratification. I do not think that innocent people deserve to perish. No, I do not. So don't twist my words. But this nation was built on the same thing that it's falling from. And it's really about time. I thought it wouldn't happen so soon. Think about this. This establishment, I'm not going to say the country because the country always been here. But this establishment is new. It has no lasting history. Think about this. Every other country, they can go back thousands of years and pull up history. Can't do that here on this rock. The only people that can pull up thousands of years of history is the indigenous. And you did everything just about eliminate them, eliminated us. This country is a baby. This establishment, rather, is a baby. You mean to tell me that they gave you done stole the keys to the car and crashed the car this soon? After you stole the keys to the car, this country, you mean to tell me you crashed it and you barely got out of the damn driveway? We gonna think about this too. The history that they have built on this rock is all negative. The few positive things that this country has done cannot overshadow the horror that it's done. Can't overshadow it. No matter how many accomplishments, how many inventions, how many geniuses, how many things this country have done, it can never overshadow the horror, the torture, and the imprisonment and the death of how it started. You can't. You mean to tell me you did this much heinous stuff in such a short time? You finally get control of everything and crash the freaking car. Crash the whole country. That's what greed will do to you. That's what ego will do to you. I think it's time that we all start being content with what we have. You know why I say that? Because there's not going to be anything else after this. Let me just give you a quick lesson on what I see. What I see is the people that's in control have no intention on making this a better place to live for any human beings, whether it look like me or they don't. I don't think that is the intention. The intention that I think is like a juicer. I think they are juicing the country. When you juice fruits and vegetables, you buy a very expensive juicer. That means that juicer is going to extract 99% of whatever you just put in it. It's going to get everything. And the only thing left is a little cup of pulp. That's the only thing going to remain. And I think this establishment and what they're doing is not set in place to make anything better for absolutely anybody, not even themselves. I think they are doing this just like a juicer. They are trying to squeeze as much out of it as they can and throw away the pulp. That's it. Tell me I'm wrong. That's exactly what it looks like to me. Do you see it? Am I tripping? Because every rule, law, regulation that you're putting in place is to destroy the country, to cut off pollution regulation. Ain't that going to help destroy the country? Making it okay to dump pollution and chemicals and poison into our rivers and waters Ain't that destruction? Cutting off people's Medicaid and Medicare so they can freaking die, ain't that destruction? Setting rules in place to judge you by the color of your skin, whether they're going to erase you or not, ain't that destruction? I said this years ago and I'm going to say it again. White folks, if you listening to me, I know y'all don't be listening to me because y'all think I'm against you, but I need you to listen to me. You think that you getting a pass because you don't look like me. You think that you're being judged by people with some sense. See, let's get that straight. You think that everybody is being judged by people with half a brain. It's not. So when you're dealing with a lunatic, this is what you get. They start with people that look like me. Look, the shades is getting lighter and lighter. Remember, they eating the cats and the dogs. They went for them first. Then they went for the people that were singing on that stage. I will vote for doot doot doot. Then they went for them. Now they picking some of us. Let me tell you something. Nobody's safe. Because in a minute, I said this a many years. I'm telling you, go back in my video. I said, you know what they're going to do after they get rid of everybody? Start taking blood tests. Just like that crazy dude with the mustache was doing. If blonde hair, blue eyes. They listened to a man that said only keep people alive with blonde hair and blue eyes. Listen now. That man with the little mustache gave an order. We are only keeping people alive with blonde hair and blue eyes. This dude had brown eyes and black hair. The dude giving the order had brown eyes and black hair. Nobody questioned this lunatic. They say, well, should we start with you, sir? Because I don't know if you looked in the mirror. Is you kidding me? That's what this is, man. Ain't nobody paying attention to. Man, this is crazy. This is oh, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you one other thing that has been known to me now. After this is another reason I know we ain't never going back to normalcy whatsoever. Because they just proved and showed every loophole that a criminal mob boss organization can run the country. Meaning, felon. Meaning all of the rules, laws, and regulations have been dismissed. Right? So anybody that's a felon can be the president of the United States. Who say they can't be? They just changed that. Didn't they? So while they're exposing all of the loopholes in the Constitution, because the Constitution and the people that wrote the Constitution never thought in a billion lifetimes that we would be run by a raving lunatic. Because even though the people that wrote the Constitution, they wasn't right either, but they had decorum. See, you can be a thief and a gangster and still have manners. Just like, Al Capone and them. There was code. Hey, you don't hit nobody's mother. You don't hit nobody's sister. You don't hit nobody's wife. You don't hit nobody's kids. Remember, there was a code even amongst thieves. Like I said, the people that wrote that Constitution, they wasn't right either. But there was decorum. There were rules, laws, and regulations amongst the people that's writing it. They didn't realize that those things would need to be written down too, because somewhere in the future, there would be a stark raving freaking lunatic that would just dismiss everything that they writing and find little potholes and pores to go through every rule, law, and regulation that they set in place. They think the only reason anybody would think that way, they got to be demented. Duh. Here we are. That's how they keep wiggling and weaseling through all of these pieces of laws and legislation and rules. They never thought that the people would be this stupid to even allow such a thing. So what this administration has done, it has shown anybody can do this now. And you can do it just like, you think he's going to be the last? Once he's gone, you think this is it? You think this is over? Nah. You know how many other goblins are standing in line to try to do a better job at what he's doing? The vice president himself is the next goblin in line to say, I would mop the floor with him. I can do a better job at destroying human beings and destroying human life and destroying humanity than him. Because I'm going to tell you something about that vice president. He's crazy too. Here's the problem. Why he would actually be even worse. He's more calculated. He's more educated. He knows how to do this without stumbling over his own damn feet. See, believe this, like I told you earlier, I like that this is happening just a little bit. Here's the thing. The dude that's in charge right now, even though the world is on fire, I need you to be, what did I say? One of my videos going to always, I was going to have a look on the brighter side. I'm going to give you a look on the brighter side moment. We should be so lucky that this man is this unhinged. Let's keep it real. If he wasn't this stupid, if he wasn't the fourth stooge from the Three Stooges, if he wasn't a bumbling fool, he would have sank this country into darkness by now, because the only reason it ain't fully engulfed in darkness is because he's that stupid. Listen, it don't take much. It don't take no scientists, don't take no professors, don't take no scientists to see that this man right here, if he didn't have no money, nobody would let him come hang out with him, man. Think about this. If this man had no money, you wouldn't let him be your friend. You wouldn't let him come hang with your crew. If this man had no money, you wouldn't let him sit at the cool kids table. This dude is a freaking nut job. He did all this with money, because if he didn't have that money, people would be telling him what he is. Man, you an idiot. Oh, man, you bringing him along? Man, I ain't going in. He's that dude at the party. What you mean he going? Oh, if he going, I ain't going. He gonna ruin it for everybody. That's enough of that. That's enough of that because I'm on here today to say, will we make it through this? Will we live through this? If we, can I be honest with you? Do you know that if we end up going and battling that other country over there, they are going to bring that fight on this soil. We think we've never seen war. We only seen it on TV. No battles really happened here on this soil besides the Civil War, really. Not no major. The biggest impact that we all had on this soil was 9/11. We didn't even handle that well. Think about it. We have not had that kind of carnage on this soil. And when it did hit us all, we were so spoiled and we were so blindsided by the way it happened. We all didn't know what to do but cry. If if they have actual groups of if they have actual groups of people, I'm not calling it, so please don't say the word. If they have actual groups of people already planted here, ready to tear the club up, and all they waiting for is the trigger word, man, you think that this war is going to take place in the ocean. You watching all them boats and ships and planes go over there. You like, oh, we ain't going to worry about it here. I'm going to go ahead and go down and get me a bagel and a damn latte, and I'm not worried about it because that fight and that battle, ain't no bullets going to be flying over my head. Man, not this one. Not this one. I want you to understand why I'm telling you, if we go to battle right now, why it's going to be right here on our soil. And you may have to pick up arms yourself and defend your own damn self because you clearly see this establishment ain't coming to defend you. They want you gone anyway. They already want you gone. They're snatching people off the street. So do you think they're going to come and stand side to side with you and fight a battle? No, you're on your own. So, if that battle comes to this soil, you will have to defend your own self because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. Ain't nobody coming. Everybody going to be too busy trying to help themselves and defend themselves. All you going to have is you. And the people over there, they're not saying you're a good American or a bad American. They ain't going to take the time for that. They ain't going to look at your skin color. They're not going to quiz you and see if you're a good American or a bad American. Who should they aim at? They're not doing that. While they're on this soil, they're going to take as many folks as they possibly can. You already see that happening every time they do it. They don't ask, you a bad American or a good American? Did you vote for him or not vote for him? They're not doing that. And that man over there, you know what he said? Listen, he said, he better not do this. While our dude is sounding like he damn choking on a ham sandwich. That other dude over there that he talking about going to fight, that dude over there, you know what he said? America better not do that. That's all he said. He didn't do a whole bunch of sticking his chest out. They don't want none of this. That's what ours is doing. We got the best planes, the best jets, the biggest bombs. They didn't say shit. Their dude said, don't do that. He's saying in hood term, you don't want no smoke with me. He's not posturing. He's taking notes out of Pootie Tang's book. He's not blustering. He's not loud. He's just saying in about 3 words, you don't want none. And that got old shit diaper real nervous. I don't know how we gonna make it through this one, man. I don't know how we gonna make it through this one. And if we make it through this one, I don't know how we gonna clean it up and fix it because there's so many hateful people, man. One thing, another reason why I like this to happen, a little bit why I'm happy all this happened. Because it's like Jay-Z said, or Biggie first, Biggie. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Hit it. The reason why I like it just a little bit, because the exposure of the evil MFers is incredible. I will say one thing that he did accomplish that no other president in the United States in history has ever accomplished. I'm going to give him one credit. One. No other president. If he go down, he got one from me. He got one good thing from me. One. Because no other president in the history of the United States has ever exposed everything we've been talking about this whole time. I'm going to give him that credit. When we say, man, it's racism, hatred, sexism, all these years, people are like, no, racism is gone. He showed that you can take your mask off and be as hateful as your soul and your heart can possibly be. He showed that everybody that you walk next to in the grocery store, all the people you walk and talk to at work, some of your family members that you love and cherish, you love going over my house because she loved baking you that pecan pie. Evil sons of bitches. Even your Mimo. The people that you thought wouldn't even, these the people that they don't smack a fly, they'll catch a fly in their hand and say, open the door, and then let the fly off into the wild blue yonder and tell you in a heartbeat, I don't like killing things unnecessarily. I'm a humanitarian. I love animals. I love living things. Those same people are the people that's voting for this shit right here. Those same people that you think literally would not hurt a fly are the same people that can't stand your ass because of the color of your skin. So one thing that this president has done, he has exposed America for exactly what the hell it is. We've been living a lie all these hundreds of years. He literally single-handedly has exposed this country for exactly how it was stolen, what they built it on, what the rules and laws of engagement was supposed to be, and every other plan that failed after that, he showed you. Now, I'm going to tell you something. He showed how right a lot of us were about how racist some people are. He showed us how hateful some other people are. And you can't say, well, not everybody. You can't do that anymore, man. It's in your face. It's in your face. You cannot go back and forth with me about there's no racism, no hatred, no sexism. You can't anymore. Because the only good thing that this sumbitch did is show you. Y'all ever see on YouTube The White Underbelly of America? Y'all ever see that show? The White Underbelly of America? He literally, this president has single-handedly showed you the dark white underbelly of this nation. Everything that we looking at is built on hatred, sexism, racism, misogyny. Every evil thing that you can think of is what built this nation. Everything. Everything that you think is good was put into place with blood money. If you go to the casino, the whole casino was built on blood money. The entire thing. Mobsters, gangsters, killers. When we look around at everything and all these great monuments and statues and there was a race of people that was tortured and killed, and they're the ones that built it. I'm going to share a thought with you, and then I'm going to stop. I was walking through my woods the other day, and it was kind of gray out, kind of cloudy, looking like it was going to rain. All of a sudden, I'm enjoying the beauty, I'm enjoying the nature of my land, and you know what ran through my mind? I don't even know why. But what ran through my mind is the land that I'm walking on, even this small piece of acreage. I'm stepping on the graves of the indigenous. Somewhere. Now, of course, you can't take no shovel and dig up all these acres of land, but somewhere on this land, somewhere is the bones of the indigenous people of the Americas. And they died not by their own hand, but by invaders. I'm telling you. We can't turn a blind eye to that. And I'm going to tell you what made me, I don't know what made me think of that at that very moment, at that time, but I started looking around. Like, people used to just run through here and hunt and gather and have bonfires and celebrate. And here we are now, right? Roads running through it, automobiles, airplanes, pollution. But one of a time, just imagine, man, this was paradise. There was no such thing as pollution. There was a time where there was no such thing as pollution here, man. That's hard to imagine, ain't it? No ships spilling oil, tankers falling to the bottom of the ocean full of radiation. There was a time not long ago. There was no air pollution because there were no skyscrapers bellowing out toxic smoke and plumes. There was a time not very long ago where the people lived off of this land. They work with the land. They work with nature instead of against it and trying to build against. People say, how stupid were the natives to live in teepees? They didn't want to destroy anything that was already put here. So them working with nature, they built structures that's not going to intrude with what's already here for them. They're not going to carve out things that don't need to be carved out. They're not going to take away from things that need to be taken. They're not going to strip the world and the earth of its minerals when they know. No, we're going to put up these teepees, and all we need to do is have a shelter where we can sleep, we can stay warm, we can stay cool, we can smoke a peace pipe. That's all we need. We don't need to be digging up minerals and rocks and stuff, because they understood, the indigenous understood, that every rock you pull up, every mineral you pull up was supposed to be there to keep this world the way it's supposed to be. The world is surviving off of that right there. Everything that we borrow, we put back. Everything that we use, we put back. And I guess you can say that's why they try to leave no carbon footprint. It's a lot of these indigenous, you can't find not a trace of them. Why can't you find a trace of a lot of these indigenous tribes? Want to know why? Because they worked with the earth. You don't see any big monuments and structures and nonsensical stuff because they worked with nature. They didn't leave anything behind. That was their whole thing. They were supposed to work with nature. So you won't find all this crazy stuff left. When we blow some stuff up here, like over there in Chernobyl, man, that garbage gonna be around for thousands of years. It's all rubble and junk. I'm telling you, man. We messed up. We messed up. They messed up. They messed up. They messed up. We all seen this before, though. Had a friend. Friend was married. Wife was beautiful. We all talked about it. Beautiful wife. Smart, cook, everything. Educated, everything. Going to my friend's house was a pleasure. His wife was a charm. You go to his house, his wife, oh, you hungry? I got you. You want this? You want that? Hey, your friend's hungry? Is your friend's thirsty? While we sitting out in the backyard, chilling and grilling, me and my friend enjoying our lives together as friends, his wife would come out, and just to make sure that his company was feeling great, bring him a beer, bring him whatever. And I'll never forget, as much as we loved going over my friend's house, because he had the best patio furniture. He drank the good beer. He got the good liquor. He eating grade A steaks, ribeyes and stuff. He ain't getting no chuck eyes and stuff. He got the best stuff and got the best grill, everything. So when you go over his house, you're going to always get the best of the best, right? So we love going over my friend's house, man. And then one day, my friend go in the house to help his wife do something. The guy's house it was. So it was me and a bunch of fellas sitting around on the patio, chilling, grilling, smoking, illing. And one of my friends said, man, this shit nice, huh? I said, yeah, man, you know you always come correct. It wasn't good enough for my other so-called friend to be over our friends, our mutual friend's house in a lapse of luxury. It wasn't enough that we're drinking our friend's best top shelf liquor. It wasn't good enough for him that we're drinking our best friends' grade A steaks and the top shelf beer. It wasn't good enough that we sitting on this beautiful patio overlooking this beautiful view of they pond. It wasn't good enough for my so-called friend to just be in the moment and enjoying us all as brothers. That's right when he said, I bet you I could take his wife. So as I'm drinking my beer, what'd you say? Yeah, you see the way she look at me? I think I could holler at his wife, man. Man, I think you had enough to drink. Because I don't want to get crunk because you mad disrespectful, right? Man, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Nah, I'm serious, man. You see how she be looking at me? We fall out. I leave. Because I can't, right? So I leaves. So my friend that we always go to his house called me up the next day like, hey, yo, why you leave? What happened? Bro, old boy, man, he was tripping last night. I don't know if he had too much to drink or he smoked something crazy, but he was talking crazy, man. He said, what did you hear? I said, man, when you went in the house, man, he said, man, you know, he could holler at Angie, his wife. He said, word, man. And I was like, man, that's mad disrespectful. I had my words. And he still kept popping off. And I knew if I stayed, I'm going to punch him in his mouth. I thought that I was telling my friend something. I thought I was telling him something, right, that he don't know. What do he tell me? He said, Angie told me the same thing, man. Man, you a good friend, Led, man. Thank you for telling me, man. I said, man, I ain't know how to tell you. I just know, you know what I mean? I can't rock with dude, man. I mean, if you gonna have him over there, y'all be friends, whatever, you know, just don't call me over there while he over there, man. He said, no, I handled that. I told you that story for a reason. That was something that really happened in my life, in my younger days. I was like newly married. I had been married like a day or, no, it wasn't jealousy. Who said that? Samantha? It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't jealousy. It was greed. None of us was living bad. We all worked at the same place. We all made good money. We all had somewhere decent to live. We all had a decent car, and we were all married. So I took offense not only that you tripping on my homie, but I'm married too. So that means you be thinking about my wife like that too? You would do my wife, you would do me like that? I'm telling you this story for a reason. That is the heart of men. That's how this country was stolen. I just told you a hood story that really happened in my life. And all we did was repeat history in real time. They came over here with bad intentions. They pretended to be other folks' friends. They pretended to share food and knowledge. They pretended that they wanted to be part of this great thing that's happening here. But as soon as you turn your back, I want everything you got. Even though you have some stuff yourself already. No, that's not enough. I want yours too. My friend that started the bullshit, you got a beautiful wife, a nice house, nice car, a boat, a motorcycle, good job. You got everything. but it still wasn't enough. I want your house, your wife, and all your stuff too. See, with no thought of how are you going to balance two lives? Can't. It's going to all fall apart. Let's just say that that man's wife said, yeah, I want to be part of whatever you selling. And she went on ahead with it. Got rid of my homeboy, right? So now you're trying to balance two lives. It's all going to crumble. It's all going to crash. You got a wife over here, side piece over here, two households, probably two sets of children. It's all going to fall apart because you was greedy. That's America. America, in the history of America, happened on the back porch of my friend's house. The same exact way. Just being here and enjoying what they call literal Shangri-La. We think how many people ever heard of the story of Shangri-La? Have you ever heard of the legend, the story, the myth of Shangri-La? If you have, raise your hand. Shangri-La was this mystical, beautiful paradise. And a couple of guys stumbled off and got lost in the wilderness. A snowstorm came, some rainstorms came, and they was trying to find their way back, and they got turned around, and they kept walking, and right before they were going to perish, they went over this mountain. And down in this valley was beautiful water, fish, food, beautiful women, all of this, everything you could ever ask to eat, any food you wanted, tropical, delicious. Everybody's happy. Everybody's singing. There's no murders. There's no killing. There's everything. It's heaven on earth. Every time I heard that story, my mama used to read that to me. And we've watched the movie when I was a kid. Now that I'm older, Shangri-La was not a myth. Shangri-La is not a story that somebody just made up out of their head and told you. The story of Shangri-La is not a legend. Shangri-La was America. They just told it in this fictional story. A group of men stumbled on this place, went over the mountain, the rock, and stumbled into all the food you can eat, the freshest air you ever smelled, the cleanest water you ever tasted, the most beautiful people you've ever seen. They was talking about America, man. In the time before pollution, in the time before people came over here trying to steal the land. Everything here was beautiful. All the food you could eat as far as the eye could see. It was everything that the Father said he was going to give to us. He going to give you this land as far as your eye can see. Everything on it is yours. Use it wisely. And that's what those indigenous people did. So, the end of that story, one dude stayed in Shangri-La. The other dude left. But they told him, if you leave, you can't come back. If you leave here, you can't come back. You still don't get it, do you? One dude stayed to keep telling the lie of how much he loved it here. The other friends left. And they said, if you leave here, you can never come back. We won't allow you back. Well, just like America. That's the part of the story where Shangri-La it kind of get a little flaky, right? Because the man got back home to civilization. And then he had a longing to find Shangri-La again. He told all his people about the treasures and the beauty of Shangri-La. So they set out a venture. He got a bunch of men together, and we're all going to go on this doggone trip and try to find Shangri-La paradise. Who do you think that dude was? In real life. Who do you think that dude was? The dude that came here and said, oh my God, where you get all this gold from? Where you get all, what? Silver? Gold? Where? You don't care about it. What? He left. And when he left, he took some gold with him. He took some silver. He took some minerals. And he went back into civilization. They said, where you get all this gold? Man, I found a place called Shangri-La. Man, they don't even care about gold. It's everywhere. They don't care about none of this stuff, man. It's jewels and diamonds everywhere, man. They don't even care about it. They let little kids play with diamonds. They got them like marbles. What? Yeah, we got to go find that. So if you ever go listen or watch the movie Shangri-La, look how close it matches American history. Only difference between the book and the movie about Shangri-La, the man on the book was never able to find Shangri-La ever again. So he went his whole life telling the story of Shangri-La. Unfortunately, in real life, that son of a bitch came back with his crew. All right, with that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all no more with this madness because, man, we in trouble, man. We in trouble. My next video gonna be positive. With that being said, Lev Farmer 73, I love y'all, and I'm out. All right, peace. Just stew on some of the stuff I told you. Peace, y'all.